Start recording. I want to make sure that we are up. Yeah, I think we're good. We are live.
Audio check. Can the fans hear me?
Oh, Hillbilly Willie. Thinking of hillbillies.
Hillbilly. Here.
Okay, so let's do this, bitch. We're here to talk about the 20th anniversary of WWF Vengeance. The Alchemist is live in the chat room. We are live right now, so we have a live chat room going on. I don't know if I can move myself over here. Actually, why am I doing that? I shouldn't move myself at all. Okay, I think we're good. Here's my arm. I'm not... I have arms.
Oh, your arm's gone.
Yeah. So, we're here to talk about the World Wrestling Federation pay-per-view Vengeance from December 9th, 2001. Exactly 20 years ago today, if you're still in California. Because it is past midnight in New York. We just got done watching the show on Discord.
Technically, the pay-per-view was in California, so it's still 20
That's
years.
right. It was in San Diego, California, so we're still good. Anyway, this pay-per-view was the Undisputed Championship. You had the WCW title on Eli's side, and the WWF title on my side. They renamed the WCW title to the World title. Which, dude, who cares, right? Just call it the WCW belt.
Yeah, it was kind of stupid, but whatever.
The Rock was the WCW champion. Stone Cold was the WWF champion. And we had a series of matches here tonight that would be the first ever Undisputed Champion. Now, technically, Ric Flair was the first Undisputed Champion in 1992. Or 1991, right?
91, yeah.
To be a big fat wrestling nerd, right? So, Ric Flair, really quick. Ric Flair left WCW because they wanted to name him Spartacus. Not PlayStation Spartacus.
PlayStation. How it all comes full circle, like 20 years, 20, 30 years
right,
later.
When Spartacus is announced, right? Is Jim Herd running PlayStation? Alright, so let's go back really quick. In WCW, on Eli's side is the WCW title. Ric Flair was the champion. They were having issues with getting people to run the company, so they got some guy that used to run a Pizza Hut business. You know, Pizza Hut, the chain. His name was Jim Herd. He came in, he wanted to ruin everything. He looked at Ric Flair and says, I want to shave your head and put an earring in your ear and call you Spartacus. So Ric Flair took his belt and left the company. And he showed up on WWF TV with the WCW belt. It got to the point where there was legal problems and they couldn't show the belt anymore. So Vince McMahon made Ric Flair the WWF champion. So technically Ric Flair held both titles at the same time. So technically he was the first Undisputed champion. Which is funny because he's on this show talking about how they've never had an Undisputed World Champion before.
Right.
So there you go.
He
So
was the first to do it.
the pay-per-view opens with the Nutcracker, like the Christmas music. They used the Nutcracker promo because this took place in December, obviously. They have all the old legends like Freddie Blassie. And they show Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair on the screen, which was a big deal because they hadn't showed Hogan on their TV in a long time.
Yeah.
Because he had left. He went to WCW, worked for Ted Turner. They didn't show nothing with Hulk Hogan. So you kind of knew he was coming in. We got Trainwreck in the chat room. How you doing, man? The theme song for this pay-per-view, which it played after this whole Nutcracker sequence, was Sinner by Drowning Pool.
Oh yeah.
So the pay-per-view opens with Vince McMahon coming to the ring. He talks about being mistreated by The Rock, Austin, and Ric Flair. Then Flair comes out and says the pay-per-view is starting right now. As Vince McMahon's in the ring, you have Too Cool that comes out. Scotty 2 Hotty and Albert, the hip-hop hippo, come to the ring as Too Cool. They start dancing while Vince is standing in the ring. They're trying to get him to dance, and he won't dance.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
Then Test and Christian come out. I guess they're a tag team all of a sudden. Christian's the European champion. Jerry Lawler said that Jim Ross isn't hip, but he needs a hip replacement. So there's your quote for the night. Well, that's one of them, I guess. There's another one I wrote down. It's fucked up, but
Yeah.
so Too Cool versus Test and Christian. Christian tries to do the worm on Scotty 2 Hotty. Albert interrupts. Scotty hits the worm. Then Albert hits the Baldo bomb on Christian for the win. It was a good little tag match.
Yeah. I mean, you had to fill time. I mean, Sunday Night Heat, I would have felt more comfortable putting the Sunday Night Heat match on as the first match instead of these guys. But I mean, hey, Christian was kind of like on top at the time.
What was the Sunday Night Heat match? Because they didn't put it on the DVD.
Yeah, so it was APA versus... I forgot.
Say Billy and Chuck?
Yeah, Billy and Chuck.
Now we're going to hit to the next one.
Jonathan... Billy and Chuck on the pay-per-view. Damn.
Jonathan Coachman interviews William Regal about his upcoming match with Edge. Regal berates Coach because he's an American. So, yeah.
I get the heel lead, I guess.
Whatever. It was a fucking waste. So next we have Edge, the Intercontinental Champion, versus William Regal for the WWF Intercontinental title. Regal's been knocking people, I guess because of the whole kiss my ass thing. Abbo, what's up, man? Yes, if you guys stick around, we will talk about the Game Awards.
Yes.
We're trying to get through the wrestling shit, and then as a little after-show bonus, we will talk about the Game Awards. So stick with us if you want. The wrestling stuff will end soon. This is the last pay-per-view of the year anyway, so. Because William Regal kissed Vince McMahon's ass, they had to give him an edge. Literally. They gave him an edge on pay-per-view. He's been using brass knuckles to knock people out. So people think, okay, this guy's... He's the real deal now. Like, they want to wipe away the fact that he kissed some guy's ass on fucking worldwide TV.
Literally.
So, the whole story is Regal has got to be looking for the brass knuckles to hit Edge with it. Regal got the brass knuckles in the corner of the ring post, which is weird. It wasn't under the ring. It was in the ring post. He uses them 5 minutes later, towards the end of the match. Edge spears him while he's got the brass knuckles on, and Edge wins. Edge was not affected by the brass knuckles. Because the whole point was, I guess, Regal had to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Remember they were doing that power of the punch shit? Was that then, or was that after?
Like, that was like this whole, like, I know 2001, and then that kind of became his thing for like a little, like, this is when it kind of, he started that whole,
fade out.
The punch. So, I don't know. This was a good match. Edge and Regal worked really well together. Regal being,
I think the match went on a little bit too long, but I mean, what are you going to do? They had a good match.
That's what you have Regal there for. Regal's a workhorse. He's old school like that. Edge, he's still young in his, this is him finally starting to get on the rise to, his, pretty much, his becoming like one of the faces of the company eventually. But it was a good match, workhorse type match. It kind of showed Edge he can work with anybody.
Well, this was the beginning of Edge's push as a singles because they gave him the Rob Zombie music.
Yep.
He came out to, what was it, Never Gonna Stop by Rob Zombie. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is the name of that song?
I don't think that's what the song's called. It's called.
Really?
I don't know what the fucking song is called.
Never gonna stop, man. Never gonna stop. Wah, wah, wah.
They said the name of the song, like they, in the thing.
It was a song for about a year and a half. or 2 years, maybe a little bit longer.
Years, like no, it had to be till like '05 at least, '04.
Oh, 5. Didn't he have that Magnus shit? Magnus, that song that he uses today? I don't know. Who the fuck cares? Fuck Edge.
Hey, who fuck? He's in company now.
So after the match, we had Ric Flair backstage. Kurt Angle comes in, accidentally calls him a 14-time world champion.
Oops.
Says he's going to win tonight. As I'm trying to put this fucking cap back on, this alcohol bottle. There we go. Kurt Angle says that Flair was never an undisputed champion. Flair says Angle's awesome. Kurt keeps saying, "You don't think I'm going to win, do you?" And Ric Flair says, "If you do, that's great." And he goes, "Oh, you really don't think I'm going to win?" He goes, "If you win, that's awesome." It's just a stupid little segment. Kurt Angle was like psyching himself out. Then we cut to Lita backstage with a WWF referee shirt on. Matt Hardy walks in and says him and Jeff have problems. Lita says she has to call the match down the middle. So she's the referee for Matt versus Jeff, which is funny because 20 years later to the day today, Jeff Hardy was fired from WWF. He was fired today. Or the 9th. 20 years to the day of this match.
Yep.
We have a whole chat room here. Hang on, let's acknowledge some people while we keep going here. In the live chat room, we have The Alchemist. You missed an absolutely amazing show. We're going to talk about that after we talk about this. Frank is here. Cam is here. How you guys doing? We will talk about the Game Awards after this. Like, stay with us. We're almost done with the wrestling. So then we have... It's hard for me to read this because I redid my computer. And it's Windows is like scaled at like 300 now.
Yeah.
So my fucking notepad is like crazy big. Alright, so we have Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy with Lita as the referee. Jeff hurts his leg. Like, that's the story. They're telling the story that he hurt his leg. By jumping in the ring. Matt Hardy, I guess he's trying to be a douchebag. He keeps, like, working the leg and keeps on kicking it. And the people are booing and shit like that. Jeff goes to pin Matt. But Matt had his leg on the rope. Jeff pulled it off the rope while Lita was counting. Lita had her fucking head down like she didn't even see the fucking leg on the rope.
Right.
And Lita counted out Matt Hardy, and it was it. Jeff Hardy wins. And you know that's not good news.
Yeah, he kind of stormed off and everything. Like, he doesn't even stay or anything. He goes off and leaves, and then it was a really hard hit. Like, if you've ever seen, which I doubt anybody's ever, you ever seen like their backyard shit, like before they became fucking.
They showed it on the promo here. The promo I had to skip because it was like 20 minutes long.
Like, that's literally what this felt like, because they were just beating the shit out of each other. Like, they were still in the backyard.
Yeah, they were.
Because like they took some really nasty bumps. Like, outside the ring, Jeff went to do a Hurricane Rana. He literally smacks his head on the ground.
By the way, can I say something real quick about today? So Jeff Hardy was fired today from the WWE. Now they're E. Everyone on Twitter is acting like this guy died. They're like, "Thanks, you inspired me." I'm like, he got fired.
It's like his fifth
He got fired for fucking drug use again. Which is funny because he did an interview last week saying that when he got fired and arrested for opioids 10 years ago, he thought his life was over. And it's like, holy shit, man, this guy, he ain't never gonna stop like Edge's music. So the match was good. I enjoyed it. Thought it was good. Went on a little bit too long, but they gave these guys time, I guess, to show what they had.
They killed each other, like I said.
Then we cut backstage. Trish Stratus goes into the Rock's locker room. She loved the fact that he shoved Vince McMahon's ass. wait. No, he got that backwards. Okay. Vince McMahon's ass. Okay. Trish talks to The Rock that she absolutely loves that The Rock shoved Vince's face in Rikishi's ass on SmackDown. Trish kisses The Rock on the cheek. The Rock says he wants to fuck her. This is what I wrote. Okay. She said, I know you don't have time. I guess to hang out with her before the match because he had a big match coming up. And basically he like pointed at his dick and is like, yeah, when there's time, we'll get together. So I wrote The Rock says he wants to fuck her when there's time. He did the whole strudel thing too with his fucking dick.
Yeah.
Whatever. You had the Dudley Boys, the WWF Tag Team Champions, versus the Big Show and Kane for the WWF Tag Team titles. Okay. During this match, Big Show, Stacy Keibler's in the ring by the ropes. Big Show pulls her fucking pants down. Her fucking thong is hanging out. Bends her over on his fucking leg and spanks her ass. And I was like, holy shit, I don't remember that happening.
I remember that happening a few times, but this had to be like the first time.
I remember the DDP and Kimberly Page thing.
Yeah.
That was fucking dumb, but... So then
this was just random as fuck.
Yeah, it was random. It was out of nowhere. They would be thrown on fucking TV today if they did that shit. The Dudley Boys did a flapjack on an exposed turnbuckle to Big Show, which JR screamed 3D. And that was it. The Dudleys got the win.
I'm filler of a match. I think it was to get the tag titles on the the Dudleys on some screen time. Every pay-per-view, it seems like the Big Show was on it, and it's always in a match that really is just.
The Big Show was a fucking waste.
This is the Big Show.
He was a waste of fucking time on this show.
I mean, it was an okay match, and Kane too. Kane's freaking shoe. I don't know what was going on, but in the Royal Rumble too, or not?
The Royal Rumble
pay-per-view.
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, my man. That's November.
Yeah, because I wasn't here for that recap. So yeah, the last three.
You were lucky, man. We watched a lot of ass on that show.
The last three pay-per-views, Kane's fucking shoe was like unzipped the entire time, so he's just running around. His front of his shoes just flopping around.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, Kane
you would think Kane wouldn't be such a slob, but knowing him today, I guess it's common ground for him. Backstage, it cuts to Lita begging Matt for forgiveness as he packs his bags violently and leaves the locker room. Then we cut to Rob Van Dam, the WWF Hardcore Champion, going up against The Undertaker for the WWF Hardcore Title. They beat the fucking shit out of each other in this match. They went into the crowd. They jumped off the fucking scaffold. This guy Van Dam jumped on The Undertaker. The Undertaker was blowing up. I don't know how The Undertaker... Why did The Undertaker agree to do this match?
I don't know how he was keeping up with them, but they kicked the crap out of each other in this match.
Yeah, Taker, he was struggling though, man. He was blowing up.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, Undertaker still had that whole hip thing and all that. Undertaker... He really wasn't, in that great a condition to wrestle. That, in RVD and stuff, but I don't know. He pulled through it for 10, 20 years without fucking hip surgery. You can tell the way he moved and everything. It was awkward.
Taker won the Hardcore Title after throwing Rob Van Dam off the stage through two tables. RVD was dead. Undertaker takes the Hardcore Title, puts it around his neck, gets on his little motorcycle, and drives back stage.
You would have thought this.
I was going to say something funny, but there's nothing really to say.
You would have thought this match was for the world title, which technically, it was.
Oh, come on with this. So for those of you that don't know what Eli's fucking talking about, the Hardcore Title that they use, the WWF Hardcore Title is literally the WWF title that Hulk Hogan held And in a storyline, Mr. Perfect stole the title and smashed it with a hammer into pieces. Yeah. And literally, if you look at the hardcore titles, like duct tape all over it, that's Hulk Hogan's WWF title belt. So Eli refers to people as the real WWF champion if they held the hardcore title.
Yeah. But it was a good match. I mean, this was the time when the hardcore title was kind of like, more people were getting it, and it was still like they took away the 24/7 thing. I don't think there was 24/7.
No. That went out with Crash Holly.
Then they bought it back, I think, like in 2002 for a little bit, and then of course they got rid of it later. But it was good. I love this match. They killed each other. To me, this was like the match of the night. I'll be honest.
What?
Because of RVD. Mainly, RVD made it the match of the night.
Flair's backstage on the phone once again. I didn't mention that last time, but he was on the phone with somebody, a cell phone. Jericho breaks in, basically cuts the same promo as Kurt Angle. It's why? What was the fucking point? Jericho's like, I'm gonna win, and he's like, oh, that's awesome, man. And it's like, okay, he's basically the same thing as Kurt Angle. I remember when Vince gave the title to Mankind and called it the Hardcore title. Yeah, that was the same belt. Yeah. That belt was only for Foley. But then they started, passing it around and all this shit. So there you go. Okay, so we saw a really bad match on this show.
Oh boy.
The WWF Women's title match. Trish Stratus, the WWF Women's Champion, versus Jacqueline. Lawler made the joke, I guess is the second joke of the night, that both girls were pumped up because they have breast implants. So, yeah.
There you go, Jerry.
Yeah, don't worry. That'll be censored off the network. This match was... Did I freeze? I might have frozen. Hang on. Yeah, I froze.
Yep.
Because Discord's a piece of dog shit.
It is.
Okay. This match was horrible, and it was all Trish Stratus' fault. Jacqueline was perfect in the match, but Trish Stratus, at this point, she was not the Trish Stratus that she would become later on. Dude, it was a fucking train wreck. This match is like a minute and a half long. I literally think during the match, they called an audible to end it. Because they did the fucking roll-up spot. It's like, when you do the roll-up spot in like a minute and a half, that's like, hey, we fucked the whole thing up. Like, we gotta go home now.
Gotta go home, because, it was horrible. Like,
Jacqueline was doing basic moves to Trish, and the crowd was gasping, because they're like, oh my god, she's really hitting her. And it's like, no. Trish is flying around the fucking ring like a pancake, and Jacqueline's actually working.
I get it, because Trish is trying to sell for Jacqueline, who's a veteran. At the same time, she's like kind of just sandbagging her. Like, she's not being coordinated with her, like how she's falling. She's just tossing herself around, and it's putting her out of position and everything. Like, it really looked sloppy. Then there was that point too in the match where she messed up she turned that move into 3 moves and then fucked up all 3 times.
Yeah, she fucking tripped over Jacqueline. While tripping over her, she tried to turn it into another move, but then botched that. And then as she was botching that move, figured she'd do another move and botch that one. You literally see her trip and start to do like 3 different moves at like one time, and it just ain't working.
Yeah.
It was bad, and Jacqueline lost. She took the fucking the pin, the crucifix pin. That was it.
I can't imagine.
It's technically not a roll, but technically it is a roll up.
Right. I can imagine being Jacqueline. She was probably thinking to herself, like, "Damn, like, why is she?"
That was her first fucking pay-per-view since WrestleMania, I think. Jacqueline.
Yeah. Been on TV at all. I only think she was on Heat at the time.
Well, she was doing Tough Enough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yo, man, this fucked up. This match was the shits. And it's all Trish Stratus' fault.
but he'd make up for it like a year later with that fucking match with Lita.
A year later? That was like 2005, my man.
They have one in 2003 too.
I don't fucking know. I know they made event of Raw, I think 2005 or some shit. Alright, so next we're up to WWF title match. Kurt Angle versus WWF champion Stone Cold Steve Austin. This would be the last time Stone Cold would ever be the WWF champion. Great match. They're beating the fuck out of each other. Typical Austin Angle match. There's a spot where Angle goes off the top rope. Misses Steve Austin. Fucking bangs his knees. Then Kurt Angle goes for a stunner. Austin counters, hits Kurt Angle with the Stone Cold stunner. Stone Cold wins and retains the WWF title. What'd you think?
Arm burner, man. I mean, they went all out. I mean, Austin brawling, Angle taking the scientific stuff and then kind of blending that into his own type of brawling style. It was a great match. It sucks, like you were saying. I think you were saying something earlier while we were watching it, like about like not keeping the belt on like Angle, Rock or something like that. But it was a good match. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
So they kept playing Austin's music, and then they showed the crowd, and I'm like, somebody else die? They're not showing the ring.
Yeah.
And JR is like, oh, some shit's going on. I don't know what's going on. And then she keeps showing the crowd. I'm like, what happened? And then they cut to a video where Tess breaks into Trish's locker room. She's got no clothes on. She's got like a towel, like she just got out of the shower. And Tess wants a kiss from her, because I guess she kissed The Rock earlier in the show. She says no, and he claims that she's a tease, and she threw him out of her locker room, which was totally a bathroom. I don't know why they played that here. What was the fucking point? We're in the middle of the fucking world title matches. The final of the main event. World title matches over here.
It served nothing. This is kind of the start too, when they started making Tess that fucking like a sexual harassment, all the fucking.
Well, that was the whole thing. He had won the Immunity Battle Royale at Survivor Series, so he cannot be fired for any reason for a year. So I guess sexual harassment's allowed in the WWF as long as you have immunity. That guy would totally be fucking canceled today. But and Eli made a really fucked up joke.
Can we not repeat that on air?
Which I didn't get until I heard the fucking music play. We were watching this segment, and then on Eli's side, taps played because he's on the base. I was gonna say the air base. You're not on the air base.
Yeah.
While this segment was going on, taps played, and Eli goes, "Rest in peace, Test." And I was like, "Yeah, man, it's fucked up." I didn't realize taps was playing on Eli's end until it came through my fucking headset. I was like, "Yo, man, that's kind of fucked up." You say something like that.
Oh man.
So The Rock, the WCW champion, or the world champion, whatever the fuck you want to call him, versus Chris Jericho for the world title. They beat the shit out of each other. Rock DDT Jericho through a table at one point. Jericho does... wait a minute here. Hold up. Fucking WordPad. Jericho does the people's elbow, but The Rock counters into a sharpshooter. Then Jericho counters it into a sharpshooter. Then Vince McMahon runs in. Jericho low blows The Rock while the referee is distracted by Vince. Jericho rock bottoms The Rock for the win. Jericho's a new World Heavyweight Champion, WCW Champion. Now, this is something that they haven't done since. Jericho's in the ring. He's not even, able to get up yet. He's still on the mat. all of a sudden they play Steve Austin's music, and Austin's walking down the ring. Like we're just going to finish this right now. We're getting right into the match. Jericho didn't have time to celebrate. He didn't have time to get up. And I was like, wow, man, that's really cool. It's cool that they did that little dynamic. Where Austin's coming out, I was like, yeah, let's just fucking do it right now. But Austin didn't come out with the belt. Which was weird. So then we have Chris Jericho, the WCW World Champion, versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, the WWF Champion. Before the match even starts, because Austin came out, they didn't even ring the bell yet. Angle hits Austin with a chair, then The Rock gets up, rock bottoms Chris Jericho. Then the bell finally rings. Both men are knocked out. The referee fucks up. Earl Hebner starts doing the double count out. And the announcers are like, what is he doing? The match is no disqualification. So the referee fucked up that shit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. At one point, there's a huge ref bump. Jericho fucking flies into the ref as Austin ducks. All of a sudden, Vince McMahon comes out, waves out his brand new WWF referee, Nick Patrick, who was with the Alliance the month before that got fired.
Yeah.
Nick Patrick gets in the ring. Ric Flair runs out, pulls him the fuck out of the ring, and punches him out.
He punches out. He's on his side. What is he doing?
Yeah. Then McMahon knocks out Ric Flair, which this McMahon Flair thing is going to come to a head next month.
Yeah.
We're going to cover that show. That is like a highlight of that pay-per-view, by the way. Austin gets Jericho into the walls, and Jericho taps out several times. But the referees are knocked out. All of a sudden, the man holding the WWF title, Booker T, jumps out of the crowd. Hits Austin with the WWF title belt. Again, he's Vince McMahon's new hiree. He was in the Alliance the month before and he lost, so he had no job. Vince McMahon tosses Earl Hebner in, the man that he did not want to count fucking the pinfall in this match. He threw the wrong referee in the ring. Hebner gets in the ring. Austin's down from the belt shot, and Chris Jericho pins Stone Cold Steve Austin and wins the WWF title. He is now the undisputed WWF champion. He holds both belts, and he gets out of the ring. He runs out with McMahon, and then they got like confetti falling from the ceiling. And there you go. Your first ever undisputed world champion, according to the WWF.
Doesn't even celebrate in a ring like you said either. So the confetti just falls down.
Yeah, they ran out of the ring. And, dude, Vince is so taller than Jericho. And it's like, Vince had to, like, get farther back from him, but it made Vince look even taller when he did that.
Yeah. He made a funny joke, too, about Earl Hebner during the match. You were like, oh, you better watch how he's going to steal your t-shirts. So.
Okay, so there was a... What happened? He kicked his Jericho had his leg on the ropes. And Hebner was like, what are you doing? He kicks his fucking leg off the rope. And I was like, yeah, he's going to steal his t-shirts and sell them illegally.
Oh, man.
That's what happened in real life, by the way.
He was selling fucking bootleg or he was stealing the shirts and selling them.
Yeah, him and his twin brother. We're not joking. He has a twin brother named Dave, and they stole the shirts and sold them. Yeah. So there you go. There's the 20th anniversary of WWF Vengeance. Now, really quick, as a what if, I think it should have come down to Rock and Austin.
Yeah.
Because the whole year was built around those two.
It was. I mean, like, it was on fire. The whole Rock and Austin feud. Like, it was still... Like, granted...
They could have feuded as champions. You realize that?
Yeah.
Because they... Yo, if you told me January 2001 that The Rock would become the WCW champion that year, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. The Rock ain't gonna... How the fuck is The Rock gonna win the WCW title?
Right.
And then he does. But the whole story was, before WWF bought WCW, it was going to be Austin and Rock, and Austin was going to be the champion. Now that they bought the company, you have Rock as the WCW champion. You should have had the two of them fucking feuding.
Yeah.
The WWF champion versus the WCW champion.
Like, to me, it was kind of weird because they just kind of put Angle. Angle was a good second. Don't get me wrong. Like, that whole secondary feud with Austin and Angle, like, that was great. They they shoved Jericho in there a little bit.
Well, it was supposed to be Triple H.
You know, right, because Triple H was gone. He tore his meniscus or some bullshit.
His quad.
Yeah. So he was out all of 2001 pretty much until,
That was a very pleasant viewing experience as a fan, as far as not seeing him on TV every fucking week. Yeah. That guy would have ruined the invasion. You kidding me?
Dude, the fucking
invasion would have been over in week 2 if he was there.
The McMahon Helmsley shit was the worst.
Yeah, that was bad. Ever. Dude, I used to flip to Nitro. That's how bad that shit was.
Yeah, I hated it. Fucking.
I don't think people understand. They had Triple H's face on the Titantron, and they had Stephanie's face on the Titantron for about 2.5 months every Monday night.
Dude, they'd be booking matches, and they'd be sitting out there and telling people, like, oh, yeah, they changed the rules during the matches and shit.
And they fucking... DX beat the fucking Big Show to death, and Triple H beat him for the title with all the interference from DX.
Yeah.
And then the next week, Triple H is like, the Big Show wants to fucking kill Triple H, and Triple H is like, hey man, it was The Rock's fault. And Big Show's like, it's The Rock's fault then. And I'm like, what? Like, this guy and his buddy just beat the shit out of you, and he's fucking telling you it's The Rock's fault? And you're gonna listen to him?
Oh, man.
Get the fuck out of here. That is so stupid, dude. They made the Big Show look like shit.
It was. It really was like the downfall.
I'll never forget, I flipped the channel, and during the McMahon Helmsley shit, and it was Goldberg and Lex Luger in some fucking tag match. And I was like, I'll watch it. Like, I don't even care. Just get me away from that Helmsley bullshit. So...
Yeah, it should have just been Austin and Rock. They could have figured something else to do with fucking Jericho and fucking Angle. Hell, it could have been Jericho and Angle. They weren't doing anything.
Yeah, but I would rather you cap it off with Austin and Rock.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying they could have had it, them be separate on the side or whatever, and then just have Austin Rock the main event,
That should have been amazing.
That's what it was. I mean, like you said, the whole year, Austin.
I don't think they did that though, because they were both good guys at this point.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to do that tweener shit. But yeah, it was what it was, man. Jericho was champion. The guy finally got the push. He only got it for a couple of months. And that was it. Then Triple H came along, and Jericho hit the iceberg known as Triple H. Mm-hmm. And he didn't survive that one. But Hulk Hogan did.
Yeah.
And they never put Hulk Hogan in another title match after that. Isn't that funny? So the last person Hulk Hogan beat for the title was Triple H.
Yeah. He was the last WWF champion.
Isn't that funny?
Champion. He was the last WWF champion, and then he was the first WWE champion.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan was the last WWF champion and the first WWE champion. Isn't that funny how that comes full circle?
He was the first WWF champion, too, technically. Because it was the WWF or whatever.
Fucking Iron Sheik. Follow the Iron Sheik on Twitter. Every day he's like, Monday sucks and fuck Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
If he gets crappy Christmas gifts, he's going to say, I got shitty Christmas gifts and fuck Hulk Hogan. Oh, man. Talk about playing the gimmick, man. This guy's playing the gimmick for 45 years over here.
For real.
All right, so this show, what do you give it? It's the final WWF Vengeance. It's the final
It's freaking.
WWF pay-per-view of the year.
It's a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100% rot or not rotten, or what's the other thing, or 100%
Certified
tomato sauce, whatever the fuck.
Well, listen. By the way, really quick, this show was named Vengeance. Originally, it's called WWF Armageddon, but because of the whole 9/11 attacks and all that shit,
Yeah.
They changed it to Vengeance. It's like, what the fuck?
I feel like too, like they have started.
Nobody was
vengeance.
getting vengeance on this show.
Like, didn't they start doing Vengeance and Armageddon at the same time too? Like later on,
I don't
they
know.
had it.
Yo, at Armageddon, what, 03? It was a SmackDown show. There was a guy named Jesus that wrestled on that show, and they had Santa Claus on that show.
Wow.
So, you literally had Jesus and Santa Claus on Armageddon.
Oh man.
Remember Jesus Aguilera?
Oh yeah, that guy.
He was Carlito's bodyguard or some shit. Whose bodyguard was he? I think he was with Carlito.
Oh, 2003?
What'd you get shot in the head?
Yeah. Hold on. Some other guy came up. What is this? I don't know.
Yes, a WWE pay-per-view called Armageddon. Took place in December of 2003 or 4. And it featured, on the same show, a guy named Jesus and a guy named Santa Claus.
Yeah, he was what's his name? Carlito's bodyguard.
Remember they said Carlito stabbed Cena in the club? In the sides, but Cena showed up on TV with, like, no wounds.
Yeah.
And then, like, after people complained, like, 3 weeks later, they put bandages on his sides. It's like, dude, it's over. Like, nobody cares anymore.
It's over. Like, you fucked up.
So
the whole point, he was filming the Marine, so they were, like, trying to write him off TV. Shit.
They still had him get his win over him, though. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
So there you go, Vengeance. Next month we're going to cover the Royal Rumble. At some point we're just going to do the Big Five. We're going to try to cover the Austin walkout. As much as I can remember about all that, because that was a very chaotic time.
Yeah.
We're going to cover
this too. You know, 2001. This was like for Austin. Like literally, as soon as next year.
2001 was like the peak of the company, man. That was it. 2002 was fun in the beginning, and it just got. This is where it started to go down.
Yeah.
Downhill, big time. It was an exciting time for the company, but this was the beginning of the end. Like 2001 was a great year in WWF. Then they started off really good in 2002. Once they changed to WWE and Austin walked out and Rock left, it was done.
Yeah.
It was done. But we're going to cover it up until... we might go up until just WrestleMania fucking 2003.
19.
WrestleMania 19. We might stop there. Maybe we'll cover the Goldberg versus Rock, and then that's it. I don't know, but there's not much more to cover. Once 2003 hit, 2002 was where it started to get shitty, but once 2003 hit, and after WrestleMania 19, it was like done.
Like literally 2002, you had like 15 storylines going on 1 week, and then for like maybe 2-3 weeks, and then like shit would just end.
Then they split the brands, which was good. When they did that, that was really cool. But it got out of control because they don't know how to fucking book. And it was just...
drafted all the tag teams apart from each other and everything. And then they drafted them back because people were fucking pissed.
I went to Survivor Series 2002 in the car. I was telling my buddy, I was like, yo, they got to put Devon Dudley back with the Dudleys. And we go to the show, and he fucking runs out, and he joins the Dudleys again.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, how'd you know that? I was like, I didn't. But I saw Velocity, and I saw Devon and Ron Simmons Devon was dressed as a Dudley, teaming with Ron Simmons, who was dressed as APA. And it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Just put these guys back with their guys. Anyway. Alright. Who wants to talk about the Game Awards real quick? In the chat room. I know people have been waiting in here. You got my attention. I didn't see the fucking show. I saw,
I was in the chat with Anthony, so I caught like up until I think like I don't remember.
Yeah, I wasn't able to jump in. I wasn't even home, so I couldn't even jump in. I'm never home when the Game Awards is on. Isn't that weird? I'm always doing shit. I did beat Halo 5, so that's done.
Nice.
I don't agree with a lot of these fucking Xbox guys. Are like, ooh, it has an ending that just happens instantly and then it's over. Just when the game's getting started. I'm like, what? That's not what I experienced. The fucking game told a story and it ended. And I was like, okay, good. Next game. Okay, so can I ask people what was Game of the Year?
That's what I didn't catch. I didn't
catch that either. I know they showed a trailer for Sonic 2, which I was watching. It Takes Two won. Oh, that's good. That's actually good.
They shouldn't have won. They didn't use the Rob Bass song.
You knew they were going to win though, because that guy was on the Game Awards 2 years ago saying fuck the Oscars or fuck. That guy's probably Keely's other boyfriend.
Yeah.
He keels over for him. Big Show should have pulled down Keely's pants at the
and spanked him.
Can you imagine if Jeff Keighley told the Big Show, "You can fuck me, but you can't have my heart"?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Frank. Freaking Lady D won the award for best. I think it was like best voice actress or whatever, and she came out with her tits out.
What?
Yeah, that's what Frank said. Yeah, that's what happened.
The actress actually came out with her tits hanging out?
Yeah.
All right, so what we got here? I suffered with Anthony. Okay, Alchemist. I don't know why Anthony did it. This guy gets fucked over every time he watches it.
He did get some decent.
I offered to jump into his stream at like 11 if it was still going on. But I got home late, so we were watching the show, so I couldn't get in there.
Yeah.
Village only got one award, and it was for Lady D. Okay. I'm not even a fan. I'm not even kidding, dude. She had no bra on, and they were all over the place.
Yeah.
They revealed Alan Wake 2 looks pretty nice. Got a new Sonic game and a Star Trek game. The Sonic game we knew about. The Star Trek game? Okay.
There's a new Star Wars
Final
game,
Fantasy
too.
7 comes to PC December 16, only to the Epic Store from what I read. Which means I'll be pirating it. You don't put it on Steam? I'm going to download it. Illegally. And I already paid for the game like 10 times, so fuck off. Put it on Xbox, you pussies. Oh, we could not put it on Xbox. It's an American company. You're racist. You guys have to download the Matrix Awakens demo. It's Unreal Tech. It looks amazing. I'm getting frame rate drops on the Series S, but you know why. Yep, definitely pirating it. LOL. Yeah, that's the way to do it. When anything's on the Epic Store, just fucking pirate it. When they put that shit on Steam, buy it. Go with CD Keys and fucking get a discount off it and buy it.
But don't do that bullshit where it's like, oh, you can buy it on Steam, but you still have to have that Epic fucking launcher.
They're not putting the Epic launcher on Steam. Epic is a competitor directly to Steam.
But fucking EA, you gotta buy the game
EA
and you get Origin.
I know that, but EA is partnering with Steam. Epic is not partnering with Steam. Epic is trying to take down Steam.
Yeah, and that'll never happen because Epic sucks and they're pieces of shit. Um, but yeah, I hate that. I hate it when they have a game on Steam and it's like, oh, you gotta have a
Dude,
third
that
party
fucking lady's
launcher.
ugly. That lady looks like a fucking bird. That lady looks like Larry Bird got fucking breast implants. Sorry.
Damn.
She's got a fucking beak. Hey,
Oh
look, I'm a
my
big
goodness.
fucking fat slob. But I'll tell you. She looks like she's got a beak, dude. What are you gonna do?
Can't do nothing, I guess.
What else happened here? The Matrix 2, I can't play it now because Jeff streamed it. When Jeff streams a game, I can't play it because it looks like I'm ripping him off. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be playing that. You know what was fucking funny? Eli.
Yeah.
I know you're looking at this lady's fucking beak.
Yeah, I'm looking at her beak. No, I'm kidding.
Um, I had put in the chat room, hey, Halo is really good in quality mode. And what does Jeff do? The first thing he does when he streams, he goes to set the fucking game to quality mode, but he can't because he's using the fucking Elgato, and it's like his Elgato's not a 4K Elgato, so the option is like grayed out, and you could see him
Yeah.
struggling trying to figure it out, and I'm just like, dude, we're talking about something that has to do with our TV. Me and Frank have like the same TV.
Hmm.
That's why we were talking about it. This guy's literally fidgeting with the friggin' settings, and I'm like, don't mess your settings up.
Yeah.
I'm just playing the Matrix demo. At least they gave us something, so I'm curious. What is it? What the fuck is this shit? It's a game? Is it a movie? What is it?
The movie, the game.
I'm glad Take-Two won because it does deserve it, but again, that guy was Keeley's friend. And how much money did EA pay Keeley to fucking make sure that was Game of the Year?
My
We
goodness.
got trolled with Silent Hill 2 times. Oh my god.
It Takes Two doesn't deserve Game of the Year because it doesn't have the Rob Bass song in it. So
Yeah, you know what? They put the fucking like old people It Takes Two song in it.
yeah,
They didn't put the Rob Bass It Takes. That should be the sequel, dude. It Takes number 2.
it takes a
Wait, that sounds like you're taking number 2.
takes
Apparently,
two,
Take Two Interactive is fucking suing them. They're like, it's too similar. It's like, it's a fucking catchphrase. What do you mean it's too similar? They literally used the theme song of the catchphrase.
I think Rockstar tried to do something too like that. Like they tried to sue like these people for using Rockstar, but it's like it's a fucking what's a word? Like can't sue for it.
Cam had said something about a pigeon. Cuphead DLC is coming out. Yes, June 30th, 2022.
Yeah.
7 months from now. The fucking DLC. The DLC took longer to make than the game. I'm honestly
Yeah,
happy.
we were waiting
Village
for that
didn't win.
game
What?
for 10 years. We were waiting for Cuphead for like 10 years, and then freaking it came out. And that was it.
It seems like the Game Awards was a big bust this year.
They did announce that new Star Wars game, which I'm curious to play because I heard it's supposed to be like an open world style,
Can we stop with the
RPG
open
type
world games like for 5 seconds?
Yeah, it works with Star Wars though. Make like all these other games.
I
Open
guess you
world,
can't
so
drive into the forest and get lost in Star Wars unless you go to Endor.
you go to Kashyyyk.
Can you imagine you're on Endor for like 70 hours because you can't figure out where the fuck you are?
Like the forest. Can't get out. Freaking hilarious.
Yeah, the show sucked. I mostly muted it and played Halo. Well, I beat Halo, so you can all kiss my ass.
I wish Sting the wrestler came out instead of Sting the singer.
What's the wrestler gonna fucking do? Die? Remember he almost dropped dead from heat stroke in the fucking box? They
No.
fucking pulled the box up and half his face paint was fucking melted.
Oh my god.
Dude, they were talking so long. I said in the chat, I was like, imagine if they pulled a box up and his dead body's in. He just like collapsed because they took forever to talk.
Yeah.
Halo won the Player Voice Award. People send in what they. Oh, they say a big stage like usual. Halo's a great fucking game, man. This is the best one I played so far.
And nobody's talking about any of these other first-person shooter games except Halo. Everybody's playing fucking Halo right now. Call of Duty, nobody's playing. Battlefield, nobody's playing. Nobody's playing any of these games. Everybody's playing Halo.
Halo's the bomb. Again, I don't know what these Xbox guys, what crack they're smoking, but one of the guys like, the game just ends abruptly before it gets started. And I'm like, let me play it and see what he's talking about. Dude, I played this game. It did not end abruptly. I beat the game and there was like 20 minutes of cutscenes. And then after that, there's a post-credit scene.
Right.
I was satisfied. And I paid for the game.
I gotta play this fucking game right now. Let's play it right now on my shitty fucking computer.
You can fucking, you could do the thing, the streaming.
Can you stream it from Game Pass? Like if you have Game Pass.
If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you could stream it right on your computer.
Yeah.
Or you can just install it on your computer. What fucking GPU you rocking in that thing, in that laptop?
It's a shitty GPU. Like I said, this computer's from like 2016, so I don't think it.
It probably won't run it. You probably have to stream
I
it.
don't think it'll run Halo.
Game Pass on
It's not
PC
at
is only $1 this month. You should just jump on that and play it.
So YouTube sent me, because my mom has premium and I'm on her account or whatever. So they sent me 3 months of PC Game Pass.
Oh wow, yeah, do it.
So we're gonna take advantage of that. Get my Xbox whenever the fuck that'll be. I gotta pay for like 1,000 different other things.
I just remember I saw. Trademarked Halo the Endless, so that's probably because if you play the game, they talk about the Endless. By the way, towards the end, they reference Halo 5, like big time.
Yeah.
So everyone that was like, "Ooh, they don't Halo 5 doesn't count," no, it counts. It's just ignored because it was Halo 5. I've done most of the side stuff, and I'm not even bored of it. By the way, we had months ago. We had a guy, I don't even know who this guy was. Some guy came in the room and randomly spoiled the game. All those were false. All those spoilers that the guy posted were false spoilers. Because the guy wrote something like, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to spoil the game. But everything the guy wrote in the chat room was bullshit. None of it was true. So.
Not surprised.
So here's the deal. I'm waiting for them to make a trainer on PC. When they make a trainer on PC, I'm going to stream the PC version with cheat codes. But the game is beaten. I beat it on my TV. I beat it on the Series X that's not connected to the Elgato. So I got the full 4K 60 FPS out of it, and it was beautiful. I'm done with all the side stuff, but I'm not even bored. I'm almost done with all the side. Did you beat it?
How many chapters is the game? Because I know you are on like chapter 11.
There's 14 chapters.
Okay, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it's pretty lengthy.
And to be honest with you, I meleeed my way through the whole fucking game. I barely use any bullets. I never switch my two guns.
Yeah.
Also, the grappling hook, update it. These guys, Anthony and Frank, told me to update it. Did that, and you could pretty much grapple your way through the game. You're literally in a hallway with like 50 enemies. You could be like, yep, peace out. And just go right into the next area, and the story progresses. Wow. I'm doing the beacons now, but I unlocked the wasp. Oh, well, you're lucky. I had to find out the hard way how to get to those beacons. So there's no flood, which is good because I know people want the flood, and people are probably fucking angry that they're not back. But I just wanted to get through the game. There's not the flood, but there's like they try to like replace it. Not gonna like ruin everything, but and there's like no like towards the end of the game you don't get on like a tank and try to escape anything. Like that's all done. Like you don't do that. It's not like other Halo games, but I feel this is the best one they've made.
Hmm.
I'm doing a lot of side stuff. I'm really enjoying it. I do have a few nitpicks. Well, that's, yeah. I mean, it's not going to be a perfect game for everybody. But I personally, I was happy with what I got. And it's just too fucking bad that we're not getting another one for like another 6 years. Yeah. If they make the DLC and it has actual campaign shit going on, like it extends the campaign a little bit, I'll be into that for sure. Any other questions or comments or anything? Anything else they did shitty at the Game Awards?
I don't remember. What else they do?
Open world and enemy variety, the only problems. Other than that, it's a solid 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, just my personal opinion. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the open world. If you don't want to do the open world shit, just don't do it. You know? You're not really forced to do it.
Yeah, I gotta play Halo. And make my spark.
I'm gonna be fucking biased. It's a 10. Fuck it. It's a 10. It was a really fun game to play. Just the fucking the story kind of gets boring because it's Cortana. This guy's always looking for Cortana, but they kind of wrap that up. Not really gonna ruin it, but they wrap it up. But they don't wrap it up. But they do wrap it up. If that makes any sense. But they gotta just stop going to that well.
Yeah.
I think if they stop going to that well and just do what they're doing, stay on the path that they're on, great game. I mean, it's going to be even better, the sequel. By the way, the head banished guy looks like Mark Main. If Mark Main grew a fucking beard, that's what he would look like, the banished.
Oh, man.
What's that guy's name? Alcaron? Ecaron?
Main.
It's his future self.
It's his future self.
Dreadpool, what's up, man? How you doing? So, I mean, we're talking about the Game Awards after we talked about wrestling, so there you go. Atriox is the other guy. The guy that he keeps having holograms and he keeps, like, taunting you. What's his name? Elcheron? I already fucking forgot the guy's name. He's got the bummed out eyeball. That's the guy that looks like Mark Main. He's got the little beard. And all the guy says is the banished. The banished. Banished. He must say banished like 50 times in each fucking little recording. I give Halo a 10.
I haven't played it yet, but I also give it a 10.
Craig? No, not Craig. The head guy. And
Are
not
those Cortana
Atria.
controllers supposed to be shipping? Because I pre-ordered mine.
Some people
in
got them
October,
already.
and I haven't gotten it yet.
I canceled them. I was like, I can't afford $90 for each controller. Not right now. I'll wait till I can get them on wholesale.
I don't have an Xbox.
Yes, that's
the fucking controller.
That's the guy. Alchemist, you're correct.
Sharam.
That guy looks like Mark Main. If Mark Main had a beard. Those new flying dudes are creepy. They replaced them with the drones. What, the witches?
Witches and the bitches.
Resident Evil. Resident Evil. There's another outbreak. And
they
Chris
kept teasing.
has to put his pants on once again to save the world from Albert Wesker.
Oh my god. They kept teasing Silent Hill 2 the entire night.
Chris!
I was like, oh, Silent Hill, they need to make that game again.
Resident Evil 10! Can you believe we made 10 of these? In Resident Evil 10, Chris has to put more clothes back on and go out and fight the good fight at 75 years old. Who will win?
So we're like that guy in those 80s. You remember those 80s action movies with that old guy? What's his name? Mustache and everything. That's what like Resident Evil's gonna be like.
Charles Bronson?
Yeah, Charles Bronson. There we go.
The old guy with the mustache?
Yeah.
Yo, you didn't fuck with Charles Bronson back then. He was the original fucking Chuck Norris. Like, you know, people they meme Chuck Norris.
Yeah, no, Charles Bronson was like fucking.
That motherfucker would rip Chuck Norris apart.
Like 75 years old doing cartwheels over fucking cars trying to run him over and shit.
Yeah. I thought he meant Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds. Yo, why did Burt Reynolds look like Dracula before he died?
Yeah.
Did you see him?
I didn't.
He made like a movie, and then he did an interview, and the guy had like red sunglasses on. It was like, holy shit. This guy's like Dracula.
No, it was definitely Charles Bronson.
Yeah, Charles Bronson. Yeah, you don't fuck with Charles Bronson, man. Dude, he made that one movie. It's not one movie. It's like a series of movies. I don't know if it was Death Wish or if it was the other movies that he made. There's literally like 7 movies where he's a cop and they kill his family, and it's like he keeps having families and they keep getting killed and all these. And
They keep getting killed.
Yeah,
I think it is Death Wish.
But there's like 10 of them.
Oh, there's like
the plot's the same in every fucking movie. Like shit, this guy's had 10 wives and 10 kids, and they're all dead.
Oh, there's Death Wish 5. Let's see, is there a 6?
I know Bruce Willis rebooted it, but I didn't even watch that one.
I ain't either.
He ain't no Charles Bronson, that's for sure.
G.I. Joe. Fortunately.
Death Wish. Yep. Yeah, Channel 11 used to fucking marathon those things. WPIX.
That's where I remember them from, because they would always show like the Death Wish movie.
Dude, Channel 11 would start the movies at like 8, and they would go on to like 4 in the morning.
Yeah. I remember I saw fucking Shield with fucking what's his name? David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury.
Whoa.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Oh my god, dude, it was awful.
They used to have a Mortal Kombat TV show at like 2 o'clock in the morning on CBS.
Yeah, fucking
from like
Defenders
1999 or something. Or it's like nobody watched that shit.
Was it Defenders of the Realm or was that the cartoon?
No, that was a cartoon. That was a pretty good cartoon. But they had an actual live action TV show back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember watching it like on DVR or whatever. But fucking, what was it called? Like Mortal Kombat something. I don't know.
Mortal Kombat, we need money.
It was weird because it took place like in the past, so it was Kung Lao's ancestor, Kung Lao, and then there was like Sub-Zero and Scorpion at the same time, and then it was like Johnny Cage's ancestor or some because his name was like Cage or some shit, and I was like, but he wasn't Johnny Cage. It was weird. Like,
that's all right.
They just put everybody.
We ignore that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's ignored. It's forgotten. Like this Halo TV show. What's this all about? You guys didn't even tell me about this. What happened with Halo? Are they getting a TV show now? After they announced it in 2013?
It's had like 15 direct-to-DVD movies. I haven't seen any of them.
Is Spielberg still making this one?
Spielberg. Did he make any of the other 15?
Hey, he was supposed to make the Halo show. They were bragging about it.
Fucking Halo by Steven Spielberg.
Any other questions or comments? Anything that happened at the Game Awards that we missed? Because I didn't watch that shit. Did Keeley talk about the fucking the Blizzard shit?
Yeah, he kind of like tried to not specify
what did he
anybody
say
specifically
at the awards. Not on the fucking internet. What did he say at the awards?
He was basically like, "Oh, we don't tolerate, abuse of any kind in the gaming industry and stuff like that." So he kind of like came out, was like, he made a general statement about it and everything. So you don't single out people or.
Chat room, what the fuck did this guy say? Because Eli's not making any sense.
He basically said what needed to be said.
Hellblade 2 showed more gameplay. It looks good. Yeah, I heard Hellblade 2 is not going to be anything like Hellblade 1. So, it's going to be better.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're going to make it more of like a God of War-esque type game. He pussed out. What does that mean? What did he say? He didn't specifically call out Activision. Yeah, that's fine. As long as he said something, though.
Yeah.
What pisses me off, though, what he said was half-assed, basically. You know what? Yeah, look, I'm glad he said something, but I still ain't going to watch this shit.
He said something, because you really, like, in the case, you run into legal problems if you say any, like, you start putting people's companies' names and shit, and then they come after you because they're like, oh, you're slandering the company.
Yeah, but you know what that just proves, Eli? He's all about the cash. He don't care about the fucking people. He claims he does, but he doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know. You can't really...
I don't want to mention a particular company. But then when Kojima was fucking hurt, this guy said, Konami really fucked everybody up. And my boyfriend is now crying and suffering, and I'm going to cry now because I'm standing up for my boyfriend. He called Konami out by name. He don't call out fucking Activision by name? Blizzard. He should have said, yo, Activision, we don't appreciate this shit. You and Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, they were molesting people at work.
And IGN, too. All the
Did you finish that game yet? No. Oh, bend over.
Oh, my God.
It's fucked up, man. Kojima showed for 2 seconds that he's going to be there next year. That's okay. Hopefully the Game Awards won't be there next year. You know why they put that thing up in Halo 1? Because Halo ain't going to be nominated next year. But don't worry, Gran Turismo, God of War, all these fucking stupid games are going to be nominated. What's that other one? Horizon? That's definitely going to be nominated. It's like, dude, these shows are just commercials, and they just fucking... They just sell you copies of games. That's all it is. So, if you can realize that, you don't even have to watch it. It's like the NFL. A lot of people watch the Super Bowl, not because they like football, but they want to see the commercials, the ads. That's what the Game Awards pretty much is, and I can do that after it airs. Like you guys are telling me now, so I have to go back and watch some trailers, but I'm not watching that show. I can't sit through that shit, I'm sorry. And I really want to see Jeff Keighley fucking smile like a loser. Oh, God, they're playing the music. Oh, Sting's here. Sting is here.
He came down.
So he's got his fucking mouth open like he just got fucking Happy Pills shoved down his fucking ass. Do you think he puts horse pills, like Happy Pills, in his ass? Like people put the horse pills in their ass?
I think so. Undoubted.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude. Game of the Year awards, and not even fucking putting Halo and Forza in there. I don't know.
I think Forza won something.
Yeah, but people were saying, hey, it should be a Game of the Year contender, and it wasn't even nominated.
Oh, it wasn't. It was nominated
for Game of the Year or nothing.
Like sound design, I think. I think it was sound design or some shit.
Does anybody know what Reggie showed?
Showed his dick.
Forza won Best Sports Game. What? Sports? What won Best Racing Game then? So is Madden gonna make fucking cars on the football field next year?
Was it like Flight Simulator and like Best Racing Game one year or something? I was like, wait, it's
Reggie just announced an award. Reggie didn't announce his retirement from fucking life.
Yeah.
Forza also won the award for Best Accessibility. What? They had sports and racing in the same category? Why?
They always do that. They always put racing or some other
So
category
if fucking
together.
Ridge Racer in Space comes out, that's in the sports category? Come on. Or
Ridge
fucking Wipeout, if they make Wipeout, that's in the fucking sports category? It's a racing game.
Did the same shit last year too.
No, but let's make awards for fucking best employee that fucking kept their desk clean.
Best fucking janitor in the fucking office.
Best janitor, right?
They literally pulled some of these awards on it because like every year there's like a different set of awards that aren't there the next year.
Fucking Keeley.
It's like the Here We Feel Bad award, so let's like give somebody a chance.
Feel Bad award. Keeley gives himself the award for being a loser.
Gives himself the Keeling Over award.
Best Sexy Japanese Man award. In Kojima's every category.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to tell us?
They showed some Lords of the Rings shit. Anybody mention that? Lords of the Rings.
What happened? I thought every game ever fucking made was going to be announced tonight. Street Fighter 6, fucking Sonic fucking 2009.
King of Fighters 15. Holy shit, there's 15 of them now.
What happened? Perfect Dark was going to be there. The complete product was going to be showing off. The box art.
Making a game off that Netflix show. I forget what the fuck it's called. Expanse. Or some shit.
Game Awards seems like a bust again.
And I'm excited for Star Wars, and that's pretty much it. King
Star
of
Wars
Fighters.
Battletoads.
Star Wars Battletoads.
So interesting enough, I don't think many people know this. Anthony might know it. But Operation Raccoon City has fucking Star Wars Battlefront 3 textures in it. That
Really?
Slant 6 was originally supposed to make Battlefront 3. So if you get in the code and you hex at it, somebody showed like the Luke Skywalker skin they were going to use. It's still in the game. It's still in the Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City code.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Somebody, I think, for classic Battlefront 2, they like took all whatever finished stuff they had for Battlefront 3. They like modded it into the game so you can like actually, play some of the Battlefront 3 maps and stuff like that.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Oh man, PUBG's free to play now.
It wasn't free to play before?
No.
I thought it was.
No, you had to buy it.
Shows how much attention I was paying to that game.
I'm looking for stuff, man. I think you guys are lying to me. Who beat Halo in the chat room? Press 1 if you beat Halo. So was Eclipse Quantic Dream was announced by people who made Detroit become... Okay, that's cool. Silent Hill is going to be there again. They got the rights to Leonard Nimoy for the Star Trek game. Really?
Oh, nice.
He was so good at Transformers, the movie. Leonard Nimoy. One?
Yeah.
Alchemist beat it. Okay. It's me and Alchemist so far.
Star
So I
Wars,
bought an
Star
Xbox One today with the Kinect and 3 controllers. Customer called. $125 cash.
Nice.
And I was testing it. Everything works great. The 2 controllers had issues, but I can get parts for those and repair them.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. They had the pot from Elden Ring show up. Ask Anthony about it. The pot? Like drugs? Or the cooking pot?
Yeah, I guess it was like a, like a face thing, whatever.
A what? An actual pot?
Yeah, like an actual, those ancient Greece type pots things,
I think Anthony needs to realize like Resident Evil's like never gonna win ever at the Game Awards. And stop streaming. Ow.
It's never gonna win in general because they keep fucking getting these freaking guys on drugs.
Anthony's he's playing fucking who's that guy? Rick Rolling? Not Rick Rolling. It's who's that guy? Alan Thicke? Robin Thicke? Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Oh man.
That's basically Anthony, like he plays that before the Game Awards start because he thinks Resident Evil's gonna win. They have a fucking boner against if Resident Evil was a PlayStation exclusive, it'd be Game of the Year every fucking year. Resident Evil was dog shit. It was a good fucking game, but it should have been called something else. Rick Astley, there you go. We talked about a lot of ass on this show. We thought it was all going to win this year. Who won again? The Game Awards? Takes Two? I'm okay with It Takes Two, but again, you got to question it because the guy was on the Game Awards 2 years ago. It's like, fuck the Oscars, fuck the Oscars, fuck the Oscars. And fuck you too, Jeff Keighley, and fuck the Oscars. Whoa, you gonna say fuck me? Well, you're not allowed here next year. Oh, fuck you. The guy's just gonna say fuck you to him.
Oh, man.
Look, I give him credit for creativity because, listen, it's very hard to be creative in the fucking video game industry. And for that team and that guy to fucking envision all this and sell it to fucking EA, like, hey, give us money so we can make this game. Hey, man, he deserves Game of the Year. Like, that's bravo to that dude. Because it takes balls to fucking say, you know what, we're going to try something different.
Yeah.
And if that game didn't hit, that guy's career would be over right now. So give the guy a lot of credit for that game. That game looks beautiful on the fucking 75-inch in the other room. That game is a technical marvel. You know, that's what a technical marvel is. Not fucking Wolfenstein running in fucking super duper low settings. VGA mode on the fucking Switch.
They're putting limited runs putting fucking Crisis on fucking the Switch.
Oh god, who cares? They're putting crypto on the Switch. Is that what you were originally gonna say?
Yeah, they're putting cryptocurrency. Buy Bitcoin on the Switch.
The cartridge is a Bitcoin.
God. How are you gonna play fucking Crisis on the damn Switch? It's gonna be like -8 frames a second.
It's already on Switch. It's just digital. Well, I guess we gotta make sure that guy from Digital Foundry has his physical game.
Guess so.
Dude,
I thought fucking Scott Pilgrim was supposed like this was gonna be the one game I was gonna buy, and then like can't even.
What do you mean you can't even? It's fucking physical everywhere now.
Is it?
Yeah, Limited Run released it physically, and then they sold it to Best Buy. So Best Buy has copies of it.
You see, they never sent me the fucking newsletter, so how the fuck am I supposed to know?
Yeah, they emailed me like 10 of them, and I'm like, stop.
Every time they fucking send me a newsletter, it's like Shantae and fucking, like, how many Shantae
Yeah, how many
games you guys
Shantaes are there, man? These guys are obsessed with this fucking lady.
There's
Like,
more
the games are
Shantae.
good, but man, they ain't that good.
More Shantae games than there are Street Fighter 2 and fucking Mortal Kombat and fucking King of Fighters and all these games.
Remember we loaded up Crisis and it was so bad on Switch? Yes.
They thinking.
Alan Thicke. I say he sang the wrong song. Good old Spartacus. Wait till that shit fucking fails.
Just like WCW.
Brought Jim Hurt in to fucking fix PlayStation Now.
Pizza Hut guy.
Any other things in the chat? Because we're gonna get out of here.
Like, still got.
What'd you guys like about the Game Awards, real quick? Cause I'm falling asleep here. And unfortunately, I only have one drink left. And then that means I have to go to bed and wait till the fucking store opens tomorrow so I can get more soda. I can't remember anything on the show. It was so forgettable. Oh man, I'm sad that you guys had to sit through that, but you know what? Be like me. Don't sit through it. The announcements were good. Music sucked. What did Sting sing?
Sung like the theme song from like this League of Legends show on fucking Netflix. Or some shit. That's what I heard. And watched the show, so I don't even know what the theme song is, but that's what people were
I
saying.
thought they were gonna. Every game you take, every steak you eat, I'll be watching you. I only look at Hellblade, Alan Wake 2, and Crossfire X. Looks interesting, that's it. Every game you buy, right. Yo, I'm telling you, I hate these award things. I hate all this stuff because every game ever made is going to be announced at these shows. Hyped up by everybody. It's like, dude, you guys know half these games aren't even going to be on the fucking show.
This is a Sony. This is a Sony show, isn't it? Why didn't they bring Parappa the Rapper to fucking rap on stage?
Yeah, that's
and
the
shit?
fucking music they should be doing, man.
That guy back, he needs a job.
All right,
Come on,
we're here,
Sony.
just sitting in the car and had the fucking taxi fly through the fucking building
Yeah.
because Parappa fucked up.
Actually,
Step
did
on
that
the gas
one time.
now, turn to the left. Step on the gas now, turn to the left.
Back when Sony was fucking cool, they actually did that. They had a fucking Parappa the Rapper concert, and they had all the actors just like rapping on stage and stuff.
Have John Cena be Parappa. All right, we're out of here. Eli, take care, man. Thanks for doing the show. Stay safe out there. Take care. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.
Yes. Well, now. I can't see anything. It's venture. All right, I'm out of here. Take care, everyone.